Sul sul, fine Fredeshe, The Sims. When last we left off, we have Dave and Samuel Smith here. They may just be across the road from each other, but they might as well be a world apart, because we can't be both of them at the same time. We're going to be focusing initially on Samuel here, in his custom home. It is currently 7 in the morning on day 1 of him living here, and there are many things that we could do. If we wanted to, we could get Samuel here to run around this area all day until he falls asleep from exhaustion, but that wouldn't be very productive at all. And Samuel most certainly wants to succeed at what he's doing, so we're going to be focusing our efforts on getting very essential things done first, and one of them is not going to be finding a job. We can find one job a day in the newspaper, we need a new newspaper to get a new job offer, and we can get 3 a day here on the computer. However, we're going to be studying cooking as the very first thing we do, because if we don't do that, if we do so much as try to look at that oven over there, we have a very high chance of setting absolutely everything on fire. And so, Samuel reaches down for a book, goes on the sofa, and starts to read. The excitement is unparalleled. Indeed, he can actually gain quite a bit of fun from reading a book, but learning to cook doesn't give any fun stat whatsoever. That bar will go up the more that he learns to a particular level, and when he gets to the maximum, he will learn a level of cooking. We need at least 2 levels of cooking to ensure that things don't go horribly wrong when he tries to make dinner. And also, here is a package from the people from the Making Magic expansion. I never really dealt with the Making Magic expansion very much, so I've no idea what's in there. We'll just leave that there for now. We could also go and water the plants here, but at the moment we really don't need to. They're not going to wilt just yet. Also, our mood is very high, because the room stat here is rather impressive. I think that painting is certainly going to make an impact. Paintings and things like that can also gain value the longer you have them, so having an art piece or 2 is never a bad thing. We have nearly learnt our first level of cooking. That is going to be a very useful thing. But not just yet, because at the moment we don't have anything. We will do eventually, though. You can actually take advantage of the fact that moving into a new lot will pretty much give you a full day. Also, a master chef in the making, Samuel has received 1 cooking skill point. We do need a second one, however. You could take advantage of being able to move into lots and constantly move into a lot, learn some skills, and then move out again, and get all of your money back. For as long as we're here in the very first day, everything is worth exactly what we spent on it, unless it's a item like a plant or a tree. They're pretty much worth nothing if you choose to get rid of them. Right now, there's really not much happening here, and there won't be much happening here for quite a while. Occasionally we may get somebody knocking on the door, or we may even have a stray dog or cat decide to come and say hello. We don't have a pet yet. We could go and get one, but we're not going to at the moment. Right now, Samuel is focused on learning how not to burn everything. We do have a smoke alarm, so just in case we did have a fire, we could have the fire brigade come immediately. They're really good at dealing with fires, but items will be damaged and potentially destroyed by the flames. We could have Samuel try and deal with it, but that's really a poor idea. Also, speeding up here might be a good idea. A little more than we already are. Ah, here comes somebody to say hello, and that paper is now immediately gone, and there is another paper here. We actually want to stop studying here and greet these people, because if we don't greet these people, we won't have anyone that we can go and say hello to later, and making a friend is always a good idea. Hello, Mortimer. How are you? I'm the new person. I just moved in and my house materialized out of nothing. Let's talk a bit about our... Oh, he's actually going to talk to us. Be teased, apparently. Is that going to work? No, it is not. And what a great start that was. I think we're just going to tell you to go away. That is not a good first impression. Goodbye. And I don't think... Actually, we could greet you. Greeting you is a good idea, because the more people that we greet, the better off we'll be in trying to make friendships later. I was thinking of not doing so because I wanted to focus on learning some more cooking, but we might as well say hello and have a very brief... What are you going to be doing? Ah, talking. That's much better than teasing. And they both seem to like the weather. That is a good thing to talk about. Having a shared interest means a conversation can go on for a very long time. And we're getting pluses here. Also, -7 with Mortimer. That's a... Oh, and now we've changed the topic. 4 here is good, -7 not so good. You can see that the lifetime there, however, is currently 0. We could also have many different options for saying goodbye there, but a shake of a hand is fine enough. Goodbye, Bella. You apparently did not like being waved at. Oh well, let's study some cooking, shall we? And I thought you were about to try and enter into our house there, but you can't do that, or rather they can't do that, guests, if they aren't invited. As soon as you say hello, they can pretty much come in and do whatever they like. And I don't remember if your progress in cooking is, oh yes, it is indeed retained, which is pretty good. But we have made a few acquaintances, I would say friends, but we really haven't made friends with any of them, especially not Mortimer. Mortimer is just mean. Also, we do have a flyer for being able to become a superstar, but we won't go and find an agent, as we need to go and get a job. And we also probably need to have some fun at some point, but that will come later. Alright, a little bit more learning, and then we'll have 2 points in cooking. We might as well also get a few points in mechanical as well, because sometimes you most certainly want to not electrocute yourself when you're trying to learn something, or rather repair something, rather. The differences with this game and the sequels is that I think in The Sims 3, even if you were cooking, you would learn a little bit about cooking while you were cooking, which does make sense, because after all, you always learn something when you're trying something new, and sometimes that may be what not to do. This may be a bit of a slow start for Samuel, but this will pay off in the end. We have all day to learn anything else and getting a new job, and we have an option there, and 3 choices here. Also, that's going to pretty much stay on the, there, right by the grass, and he seemed to find something really interesting there. Ah, so that's how not to get yourself killed while repairing the toilet. I don't think you can get yourself killed while trying to repair the toilet, but you can get yourself killed while trying to repair the dishwasher. That can happen. Death indeed can happen in this game from various different methods. Electrocuting yourself, dying in a fire, drowning in a swimming pool, dying of starvation. I think there are a few other methods. I don't remember what they are. This game has, I think, a fair few less ways to die than the sequels did. Also, he desperately needs to have some fun right now, and his energy is very slowly going down, and bladder is also going down too. But learning how to repair things and how to cook is pretty much essential. Nearly done though, Samuel. At least that chair is very comfy and is keeping your comfort stat nice and high. Just a few more pages of that very same book. It must be the Sims book on how to do everything. There we go. Now he has learned that, and now he really needs to pee. Off you go, Samuel. And there we go. The bladder stat has been replenished, and perhaps maybe finding a job might be a good idea now. And he's going to flush. He's also going to wash his hands by default because he has a very high neat stat, which is rather good. That does improve your hygiene a little bit. Let's see if we can find him a job, shall we? A job is always a good thing to have, because it will keep the simoleons coming in. Normally I'd spend a lot more money than we currently have, but I think at this time having a fair amount of money left over isn't so bad. Go and surf the internet! Find a job. What kind of job is available right now? There are 3 jobs a day here. A popcorn vendor certainly is not what we're looking for. Let's look again, shall we? Fortunately, he will instantly get a job if he decides to apply for it. Ooh, a beta tester. Hours are rather long, pay is not that good. You get a lot of, you need a lot of logic to improve that. But you know what? I may take that. You know what? We will take that. Take the job. Great! A car will be sent at 8 a.m. tomorrow, not today. And now we can go and recycle this newspaper, and recycle that newspaper, and recycle that, because we don't want them littering up the front porch, and we might as well water these plants while we're here. You can queue up a... Ooh, there is a dog on the lot, and apparently we are going to be begged by this dog. We could let the action happen, or we could just... You have wet the pavement. And you are called Luna. We could go and say hello to Luna. Actually, let's go and say hello to Luna, shall we? Let's go over here and, let's actually go and, pet the dog. Why not? The, action, by the way, that the, be begged, that was immediately overwritten by one of our actions. That is something that can happen. Also, hello there, Luna. How are you? Are you well? Let's go and pet the dog. Also, the dog is over there, Samuel. Not, where you went. Hello! Aren't you a nice dog? You are indeed a very nice dog. The Sims Unleashed, I think, was one of my favourite expansions. This dog likes us. Also, we're going to clean up this mess here, because, this mess was caused by the dog, and there is another dog here. Buzz. We're just going to, clean that up with the mop that we carry, I don't know, in our pocket for some reason. We could also pet the dog here, but there's no real reason to do so. We have a few things we need to do, like water these plants, and really have some fun right now, because we are not having any fun whatsoever. We now have I don't think we have a relationship with this dog right now. It's just a stray dog, so, we're not going to... Or maybe it's somebody else's dog. I don't quite know. Maybe it is. Also, we'll get rid of that action right now, and recycle these two things. We'll leave this box right here. Also, these dogs really want some attention right now, but we're a little bit busy right now. Maybe we'll think about getting a dog another time. This bin always has room in it. The bin in here will eventually fill up, and we will need to empty it when that happens. Ah, it is now night. We really need to have some fun right now. Fun is most definitely on the menu. Let's go and turn on the television, shall we? It's probably not a bad idea. There we go. We'll just ignore that one for now, and we'll see what's on the television today. We can actually change the channel. Currently, we're watching an action movie. You know what? We shall switch to a horror film. He will switch automatically. There we go. There are only... I'm not sure he likes this, but, or maybe he was just afraid. Either way, he's going to watch television for a little bit. We can leave the hunger stat to be a little bit low. That's not a bad thing. Also, the fun is going up quite quickly, which is very nice. I generally find that having a low fun stat, the stat we have here, which is serious, so much more can be gained from reading a good book. Well, maybe we might try reading a book, but right now, he's a little tired. Relaxing is most definitely on the cards here. We can have a shower later in the morning, before we go to work. He is not enjoying this at all. Either that or he's really scared of that static scream that's over here. There is a lot of screaming going on. Have you come into my house? You have come into my house. Why have you come into my... Did that dog have a key? I think that dog had a key. Also, he does not want to watch that anymore. Is he going to turn off... No, he is not going to turn off the television. That is not good. Turn off the television. There we go. And now you are very tired. I do agree. Probably having a nice sleep is a good idea. It is, after all, getting rather late. Now he is in his pajamas, and now he will rest. One day, and lots has been accomplished already. Mechanical, cooking, and now time will automatically go... Uh-oh! Something bad is going on. I'm not quite sure what that bad thing is, but something is going on. I've no idea what that is. Maybe it's an omen of something to come. Who can say? But there was no camera telling us that there was a bad event happening. We need to get up rather early if we want to make sure that we have time to do everything before work. Alright. First step, we are now up and awake. Let's get up, shall we? He has lots of energy, so he's going to jump straight out of bed. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have breakfast. We can have a quick breakfast, which means that we don't have to worry about certain steps in the process, or we could serve breakfast, which is having loads of food for everyone. We could also have a snack, which is always the same blue pack of crisps. Also, how that is going to turn into breakfast, I've no idea. But into the food blender they go. And having the 2 levels of cooking means that this isn't going to go horribly wrong. He may not be very good at it, though. No, he's still not very good at it, but he certainly is trying his best here. There we go. And one meal instantly made, and it always looks pretty much the same, unless you skip certain steps. If you don't have a cooking thing, I think if you put stuff in the blender, it will just make a salad. And now he will eat his food. Alone. At 4 in the morning. Such is the life of Samuel here. It's going to be rather filling. Oh, the phone is going. Why don't we see what that is all about? Hello, phone. He runs over to it. Who's ringing at 4 in the morning? Who knows? It's very interesting either way. Your psychic advisor's head has just exploded. Be forewarned. I didn't know that we had a psychic advisor, but now we're going to carry on eating our food. That interruption was brought to you by one of the many random events the game has, and you didn't really need to pick up your food again because it was already on the table. It's also not very nice. It's pretty horrible, apparently. He was not a fan of that food. We really need to improve our ability to cook. Let's get rid of that right now. There we go. It goes immediately into the dishwasher. How neat and tidy you are. I think we need to take a shower. Actually, let's use the toilet, then take a shower. I was about to say the ordering there is important because that, I think, will reduce our hygiene either way. We do still have a little bit of time before we go to work. So let's wash our hands and have a shower. To increase our hygiene to maximum, there are some really good showers out there. There are also toilets that automatically flush, which are really good. We might even have another quick breakfast, or maybe just a snack might help. We really need to improve our... Let's have a snack, shall we? We've already eaten breakfast, but a quick snack can't hurt. That same pack of crisps that will help improve our hunger just a little bit. And now some fun before work. It's time to practice those computer skills, Samuel. After all, you are about to start your job. The carpool will arrive in about an hour. Playing a little bit can't hurt. Play those video games, Samuel. I don't know how much fun he gets from them, but either way, playing a little bit can't hurt. After all work and no play will make Samuel very unhappy, and it will improve his comfort just a little. And off he goes in just a moment to work. Will his work be successful? We're about to find out. Here comes the carpool, right on time. There it is. It's not very good. Let's just say at the beginning of your careers, most of the time the car that comes to collect you is, shall we say, not great. The chances of him being promoted here are so-so because of his mood. It's, I don't know the exact odds. If you have a very high mood, that becomes a lot better. But hey, all of his stats start to plummet a little bit. His hunger and comfort and energy. Energy definitely goes down. We did not get promoted, which is a pity. But hey, we can maybe work on improving some more of our skills. For instance, we could practice speech, or we could have a quick meal. A quick meal might be a very good thing to have. Also, there is a cat running a pair of... that I think is a dog, rather than a cat. I think they're playing with each other. Also, why are you going that way? Actually, we really should water these plants first, just so that they don't die horribly. There we go, and we are going to be begged by various animals that we're going to ignore, because we have things we need to do. For instance, we need to go and have a quick meal. After all, it is, we could actually just have dinner. Why not just have dinner, eh? It's about the time for dinner. Let's see if you're any better at cooking after being a beta tester for a day. I think the answer is a resounding no. Also, we're doing fine. Going to work in such a good mood is having a positive effect. As long as you continue to head off to work with the same positive demeanour, a promotion shouldn't be too far off. We need to get things in the garden to improve the room stat, so that the room stat doesn't impact our travelling over to work. Nope, he's still not good at cooking. He may get better at it in time. And there is one meal, not burning everything. Also, that meal is different. Did you serve it? You served a meal rather than, whoops, that was my mistake. I accidentally served a meal, but that is what happens when you do. You get a lot of food that you can dish out whenever you like. That was 10 more simoleons I didn't want to spend, but hey, it's not so bad. Also, in this game, you never need to go anywhere to replenish anything that is in your fridge. It will automatically have food in it if you go and just select something. In some of the later games, like The Sims 3, you can go and buy ingredients at a discount if you know where to look. And at least we are now full on hunger, and we have a fair bit of time where we could do whatever we liked. We could run around, we could, I think we'll probably want to recycle these first, though. Probably a good idea. Put that in my dishwasher, and then the plate will never be seen again. Also, he uses the dishwasher every single time he puts a plate in. That is very energy inefficient there, Samuel. Very energy inefficient indeed. And now, with it being about 7:30 at night on day 2, it's time to see what else he can do with his time. Not very much at the moment, because he doesn't have that much energy stat, but hey, it's not a bad start whatsoever. But what is his brother going to do with that time? Who can say? What I'll say right now is that I'm Kikoskia, and that was Samuel, and I've no idea why I differentiated between myself and Samuel there. I've no idea. Also, he's just looking at that massive plate of food, thinking, why did I make so much stuff? And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. For next time, it will be Dave's time to shine, with his bright orange clothing. So I'll catch you then, folks. And I'll see you then. Dag dag.